What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. This is live Q&A. Answer any questions you have. State related questions. All right, let me pin my comment here. Perfect. Now let me announce that we're live. And we are live right now. Live Q&A. Let's do it. If you're here to introduce yourself, let me know you're here. If you have any questions, how your day's going, how your week's going, things like that. Love to hear from you. How's everybody doing? I'm not going to be on here as long as I usually am today. I'm going to be probably cutting it off at 1:30 just because I got some accounting stuff I got to take care of and some leads I got to call. So got to make an offer. Making them offers. Have you guys made any offers this week? That's what I want to know. Because the offers are what get you the contracts. If you're just joining in, ask any questions. Let me know you're here. Introduce yourself. Just got a text message from a seller. For those who don't know, this is the Wholesale to Freedom channel where you can learn how to wholesale confidently, whether it's virtually or locally, from me based off my personal experience. Done over 50 plus wholesale deals. I have fixed and flipped, and I just got a plethora of real estate experience. I share all my knowledge and wisdom with you on this channel for free. I even do these live Q&As where you get to ask any questions you want every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. And so that's where we are right now. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Getting all kinds of text messages from sellers right now. All right. So I just got a seller tell me they're not interested in selling, which is a good thing. So I'm in the process of recording live cold calls so you guys can see that. I'm going to have a live cold calling video either next Tuesday or next week sometime where you guys can kind of see how I handle it and things like that. TKN Knight said, how do you go about getting your leads and about how long does it take for you to get a lead? Well, that depends on how much you put into your marketing. So sometimes when we get started in wholesaling, we think that just because we learned about wholesaling and we made a couple calls that things are just going to start happening. Not saying that's you, but just in general across the wholesaling industry, this is what I've noticed. And so what really connects us to the leads is putting ourselves in front of the sellers. And what that means is through marketing. So depends on how much you're marketing, how often you're marketing, and how consistent you're marketing. So for that reason, I go about getting my leads via cold calling as one of my favorites. I like to go to get county data, and I like to hit every single prospect on my list. So most people, they'll put a list into a auto dialer and then they'll burn through it. For me, I don't like to do that. I've done that and didn't produce as many results as I wanted. So what I do now is I one by one go through each prospect, cold call, skip trace. If I can't find the numbers, those are the ones I spend time on because those are going to be the ones nobody's contacting. So it's not marketing who you're contacting, it's who you're not getting a hold of. And that's where I'm focusing right now. And about how long does it take for you to get a lead? Well, doing the method I just talked about, I have 100% conversion. I know that's not that's not going to stay that way, but out of the 3 people I did some deep diving on, I got a hold of all 3 of them. All 3 of them wanted to sell. Doesn't mean that they're going to sell at the right price. I have one that I'm following up with on Monday. That should be a good lead. The other 2, they were asking a little bit too much. So remember, a lead is anybody who says yes to selling, and a prospect is somebody who needs to be contacted, and we need to figure out who is interested in selling. So I hope that answers your question, TKN. If it doesn't, let me know. Mary, do you think doing Facebook ads will get me leads? Yes, I've done Facebook ads. I think it was, what did I spend on Facebook ads? I think like $4,500, and I got a return of $45,000. So Facebook ads will definitely get you leads if you do it properly. It's got a high learning curve, so if you don't already have experience in it, you're gonna spend a lot of money not only learning how to do it, but getting better at it. So I did e-commerce before I got into real estate, and for that reason, I had some prior experience to help apply to real estate, and I'm able to do it on my own. So a lot of people, when they don't have any experience, they hire it out, and it can be very expensive. So I don't recommend it unless you're doing it on your own. And I would focus on the non-learning, the high learning curve items such as cold calling, digging through county data, things like that. I do $0 marketing Facebook ads. Do you mean like just posting on Facebook, like your friends' timelines and stuff? Because that's a good idea. Posting on the yard sale sites is another good idea. That's a really great idea. Can you comp a property for me? I can comp a property for you, but I guess the real question is, will I? And I will. If you haven't already, my video shows you how to do that, on how to comp a property. It's not that I don't want to help you. It's the whole teach a man to fish or give a man to fish. So if I just do it for you, you're not going to learn anything from it. But if you go out there and learn to do it for yourself, you're going to get all the experience and knowledge you need to do that in the future. And I have a whole video that breaks that down. So I think that would be your best option. But to give you some criteria, Brandon, you're going to look for the 3 closest properties, usually within a quarter to half mile of the subject property. You want to find similar properties of bedrooms and baths, square footage. So I like to be plus or minus 200 square feet. So if you have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot house, I'm trying to find another 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot house. So that's pretty much what you do. You find 3 of those kind of properties, and you want to see what they're selling for, what the type of condition they're in. And that's all there is to it. So as long as you're doing that and you're getting a good idea of what they're selling for, completely fixed up. If you really, really want to know, because I'm not an expert in your market, it would take me some time to do the research, find the comps. I could do it, but you know what the best method to do to save you time is to call a local realtor and ask them, because they're going to be the expert in the area. And if they're not, they have access to the MLS, which gets you the most up-to-date comps. But don't ask for anything for free. Just let them know you're an investor in the area and that you're looking to, buy some properties that are distressed, and, just ask them, hey, what are houses like this, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot in this neighborhood going for right now? And just ask them. They're going to have a lot better information in your specific market than I would, just, running off PropStream or anything like that. I mean, it's still good information. PropStream still provides a lot of value as far as that goes, but you're going to get the best information, best feedback on what those are from that realtor. That's why we work with a lot of realtors. A lot of wholesalers don't, because they're scared of them. I see them as a huge asset to our team. But yeah, I think Facebook ads are really good. They're probably my best return on investment besides Investor Carrot, which will be my best return on investment for like years to come, because my first deal that came from it was 65,000 and I only pay $50 a month. But other than that, Facebook, it goes that, Facebook, and then probably cold calling is my best return on investment. And cold calling just seems to be the best way for me, because if you're scaling up and you train some VAs on whatever your script is or how your process is for acquisitions, the best way to get them hands-on training is just to put them in the cold calling seat. So why not be good at cold calling yourself? That way you can train your VAs and know what to look for. What's your cost per lead on Facebook? Cost per lead? I haven't ran Facebook ads in a while. But whenever I was running it, it was like $10 to $20 per lead. Cost per deal. So cost per deal, I did probably 3 or 4 deals on Facebook. Again, I spent $4,500 and made $45,000. So let me just do some math real quick. So 45,000 divided by 4. So I'm making around 11,000 per deal. 4,500 divided by 4, so about $1,100 per deal is what I'm spending. And so I think that's pretty accurate when I was running it. Now this was several months ago, like 6 months ago. Like my latest video on Facebook ads, I think I made like 5K or 18K, I can't remember, but that was the last deal I did that was Facebook ads related. I've since, though, just dwindled my marketing methods from like text blasting, Facebook ads, cold calling, direct mail. I've narrowed it all down to driving for dollars and cold calling. I still have my investor care website just because it's only $50 a month, but really just focusing on those 2 to 3 avenues and just maximizing them before I do anything else. Too many people, when they get started, they put their money in too many marketing methods, and what they do is they end up spending money, willy-nilly here and there, and they're not keeping track of it. And so it's very hard to manage leads coming in from all these different sources, especially by yourself, and stay on top of things. So why not start with 1 to 2 marketing methods when you get started and just freaking be excellent at it, be really good at it. And then once you become really good at it and you have a system and an easy way to automate that, whether you're scaling up or hire somebody else out, then start branching out to other avenues. Do you recommend code violation lists and county records? Absolutely, because that takes some work to get into, and a lot of people are lazy, and especially in now and more than ever with social media, not a lot of people are taking the time and effort to go into the county data, because county data usually just comes with the owner's address or the property address, and you have to go out and find the other information. So if you have that other information or you're able to find it, through TruePeopleSearch.com, AdvancedBackgroundSearch.com. You can get that info pretty easily to skip trace it and contact those leads. So it's absolutely free usually with the code violation list. If you just do some digging, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes of really just diving deep into Google, but you can do it. I know how to do it, but they won't give me it. Do I fill out Freedom Information Act? I didn't have to. It depends on your market. Some states are public record states and some are not. But most of the time, if you just email the code enforcement people, they will give you that information like via an Excel sheet or something like that, and sometimes they do charge, and it's like $20 to $50 or something, but most of the time you can find that information for free, or at least reach out to code enforcement and say, hey, listen, I understand there's a ton of code enforcement properties out there. I'd love to help you guys clean some of these up. Are you able to send me an Excel sheet of all the properties and the violations they have, or at least just the property addresses where you get violations? And then you just build that relationship with them, and then you have somebody in your back pocket who will hand you the information right away. You can even sweeten the deal and just say, hey, listen, if you bring me any of these properties before they go into violation, or if you see them and you're at work and you send me the address and we close on it, I'll pay you $500 to $1,000 once we close. Then you really make it incentivized for them. How do I pay? I have the form. I don't know. It depends on your county. That's all county specific. So might have to go to the county website to figure that out, or contact the people on there. There's usually a contact number. I would ask them first. If you can't find it on the internet for free, I would call them and say, hey, I would like to have access to this information. Is it possible? And then go from there. So always try to do it free first before you go out and spend money. That way you're not wasting money and it's the wrong thing. Because there's a lot of different things you can pay for. I've even in like my markets, they have something you can pay for, but I was able to find the information for free. So it takes a little bit of digging to find it, but once you find one, you get pretty good at it. And so I would try to do that. Try to find it the free way if you can, and then try it. If you tried everything, called everybody, talked to everyone, emailed everybody, then look into paying for it maybe. But that's a good thing though, because if you're having to do that much work to find this information, that means everybody else is as well. And not a lot of people are going to be doing it for that reason, so it makes that list even more valuable. So no matter whether it's easy or not, it's a good in your advantage, if that makes sense. My county, you can walk up to the computers for free. Yeah, same here. A lot of counties are like that. You can go to county courthouse and just ask the clerk there. How do I talk to the code violation sellers? So I treat all my sellers the same. You'll have people who teach like, hey, a probate lead, you got to talk to him a certain way. Hey, a code violation guy, you got to talk to him a certain way. Nope. Because what happens is when you start to try to tailor the script to them, what it sounds like is you're targeting them. So if you say, hey, listen, I'm calling because I seen you on the code violation list, they're going to be like, oh, this guy's targeting me, or this girl's targeting me, whatever it may be. And so what I like to do is I just keep it completely broad. I say, hey, listen, I work for an investment company that buys houses for cash. Do you have a property you're interested in selling? Clearly, I know they have those violations, but I want to find out if they have a property they're interested in selling, because the violation one might not be the one that they are interested in selling. JMAI Homes, do you have VAs? Yes, I have 2 VAs. One cleans my data, makes cold calls every now and then, and I have a full-time cold caller. She's cold calling right now, actually. I've had a plethora of VAs. I probably went through 20 plus VAs in my short time in real estate, and it's just because, just like anything else, when you're learning, when you're becoming, when you're expanding yourself and learning new avenues, new methods, different things, skills, it takes some time to get good at it. So I was hiring the wrong people. I was hiring, for the wrong reasons. And so I have a system and a culture in place now that helps me hire them properly. And now I can pick up on behaviors, and I fire quickly and I hire slowly. So if you can get that down, you'll be good. Do I build rapport with them? Again, a lot of people emphasize building rapport. I think that's just something naturally that happens by asking the questions you need. So since nobody knows the property better than you, Mr. Seller, can you tell me a little bit about it? Besides getting the right price, what's another reason why you would consider selling? You're asking about their situation. Once you find the motivation, then you want to find out about the property. Once you find out about the property, you want to make sure there's no liens or taxes, so you ask about those things. And then once you find those things out, then you ask how much they want. And you can keep asking them, well, is that the lowest you'll go? Hey, we're buying it all cash as is. Is that still the lowest you'll go? I ask 3 times before I move on to scheduling an appointment, and I only schedule an appointment if they are motivated and they want to sell. It's really that simple. You just break it down into those sections. You can tailor your script to it. I have a script available. I'm going to probably put it available for purchase here soon, but honestly, it's just breaking it down into sections. I figure out their information, contact info, property info, motivation, what they owe on it, and then how much they want. And then I schedule an appointment with the purchase manager, which ends up being myself anyways. So I just let them know, hey, my purchase manager was busy, so I'm calling back instead. And I negotiate with them. Yeah, I just went through VAs last month. Yeah, school me, that's right. Yeah, VAs, they are awesome, but they can also suck. Employees will take up the most time in your business, both money and time, because it takes a lot of time to train them, and it invests a lot of your time in training them, and it takes a lot of money. So It's something that I strongly recommend everybody go through. It's gonna suck at first. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes, but you'll get better at it, just like in wholesaling. Keith's script is so good. I don't know who Keith is. Can you repeat what your opening line is when cold calling? Hi, my name's Alex. I work for an investment company. I was reaching out to see if you had a property that you would be interested in selling. Within the first 10 seconds, I find out if they I find out within the first 10 seconds that they are motivated or not, or if they have a property. So that way I don't waste their time and I'll waste my time. Talk on the astro flipping. Oh my, you must have watched my most recent video. I don't know if I want to talk on that, but do you pay your VA's hourly number of calls if the deal closes? Do you pay your VA's hourly number of calls? I pay them hourly. Yep. I pay them $3.50 an hour. I start them out $3 when they're in training, and then I pay them $3.50 an hour once they're done training. And then when they get a deal, I pay them a commission anywhere from $10 to $25. And when we close on it, I pay them another commission. I really want to incentivize them to do really well. So you don't mention a specific address, huh? No, I don't, because the reason why is sometimes you'll call about a specific address and it turns out that's one they really want to keep, but the other one they want to sell. Because you're only talking about that one, the one that they're wanting to sell doesn't even come into mind. So I just go, hey, do you have a property that you're interested in selling? Or if I am targeting a certain address, then I'll say, hey, listen, I hope you can help me. I was trying to find the owner of 123 Main Street. I keep seeing Jamil astro flipping. I don't know anything about Jamil. I don't know if he's he hangs out with Steve Trang and all them, so I'm sure he's reputable. I'm sure that, astro flipping has its market. It is possible to make money from it. However, I don't know. I will say I don't know 100% of it, but I've had people ask me and they tell me their interpretation of it, and I don't like it. So, but what I would say about astro flipping, it sounds like their whole mantra is not having to have a deal, or not having to have buyers. You can just find one or the other and be the middleman of the middleman. So I've had a guy who said, hey Alex, I got this deal, can you find a buyer for me? And I said, sure. I said, can you tell me a little bit about the details? And they said, no. The guy who has it under contract has all the information. I'm just reaching out to the people I know to see if they can find a buyer. So I was like, well, you're the middleman of the middleman then. And he said, yeah, that's what astro flipping is. And I said, all right, well, I'll get with my partner and I'll get back to you. I never got back to him because that's a complete waste of time. Because think about it. If you're trying to help somebody move a property, chances are the only reason they need help moving it is because they're just starting out or they don't have a big buyers list. And the guys who do have the big buyers list are not asking for help. So most of the time when these guys are asking for help finding buyers, it's because their deal is not actually a deal. In my experience, this is based off my own experience. And I've tried it before and I've wasted my time, and now I will never work with anybody who's daisy chaining a deal. And it does work. You can make it work, but a lot of times here's the scenario. You have people who don't do their deal analysis properly, and so you're helping somebody move a deal that's not actually a deal. You're wasting the end buyer's time if you actually do have buyers that perform, and then you're losing your reputation. And I've been on both sides of the fence, so I understand where everybody's coming from. And it just seems a huge waste of time when you could just go out there, find the lead yourself, be good at the whole process, and just stop trying to be the middleman of the middleman. But like I said, people have made money from it, I'm sure, and it's a lot less headache. You don't have to manage the leads, the sellers, anything like that. You're basically coordinating between all parties. So whatever floats your boat, but I think it's a lot of BS. Where are you getting your VAs? Onlinejobs.ph. So onlinejobs.ph is you have to pay for it. It's like $60 a month, but it's no contract, so you can cancel. I just post my ad on there and I get like over 20 applicants in like the first 24 hours, and I just vet them through that way. But you can get them on Upwork. You can get them on Facebook groups like Filipino Virtual Assistants. If you search that in Facebook, you can find the group and you can post your job in there. And you can get them for free that way. Sounds like a bunch of JVs and less profit. Yeah, you're going to be splitting the profits usually, and you're not the biggest thing is you're not in control of the deal. Whoever has the contract is in control of the deal. Even if you have a JV agreement signed that says, hey, you're at the mercy of the person's ability to communicate with the seller, and if they don't perform their end, it doesn't matter how good of a person you are. You try to talk to the seller, and be like, who are you? Why are you contacting me? You guys are a bunch of scams. So it really comes down to control, and the contract is what gives us control when wholesaling, not a JV contract. When somebody brings me a deal, the first thing I ask them is if they own the contract. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I do, because if they don't, chances are they're just starting out as well. Only time I've ever seen an experienced cash buyer / wholesaler move somebody else's wholesale deal is if it's a very specific deal and they have a bunch of connections and they're just reaching out, hey man, we have a very specific deal. We've closed a couple. I will only talk to somebody like that if I've done business with them before. When someone brings me a deal, the first thing I ask them, oh yeah, you already asked that. This guy on TikTok do $0 marketing and mentorships. Do you think I should join it? It's only $3,000. I have a course for $3,000. And I'll teach you more than that. But this guy on TikTok does $0 marketing and mentorships. Do you think I should join? It's only $3,000. I can't say. I don't know this person. If they're on TikTok, I don't know how reputable they are. I don't know the person, so I can't tell you. But I will tell you everything you need to know. You can ask here on my Q&As for free. And also my videos, all my videos tell you how to do it from A to Z. So whatever information you're looking for, I'm sure you can find it on your own. If you want it streamlined, hand it to you on a silver platter. I'm sure his mentorship is great, but you want to find out what kind of lifestyle they're living. If you can resonate with their personality, where they're going, if you can actually tell if they're doing deals, then by all means go for it. But if they're not on any level matching what you want, don't get a mentor. I've had bad mentors before, and it's not a good thing, especially when you pay lots of money. I'm a newbie, started last week. My time is super, super limited. I want to hire VA so bad, but I'm not sure right now is the right time. No, I absolutely recommend do not hire or scale up until you have done a couple deals yourself. It sucks. It's not the answer everybody likes to hear. The reason why I say that is because you're going to waste tons of money on VAs when you really don't know the process in and out yourself. And I'm not saying that to you specifically, but I'm saying this to everybody watching, because you really have to understand and know what the way things are supposed to work. So that way, if your VA messes up, you're not wasting time, waiting for them to figure it out. You can just jump on it and say, hey, that's not how you do this. You do it this way. Most gurus you see don't even do deals. Exactly. Follow people who aren't flash but about the work. Most definitely. His is mentorships. Look up real estate empire builders. Find a deal, find a buyer, free mentor. Yeah, if you find the deal, so put yourself, instead of focusing on like what the next step is, focus on the step that you're on. So if your step is getting leads, getting prospects in front of you, focus on that step. How do you be the best at that? Once you get somebody on the phone and you're making the offer, focus on how to find comps, how to get the right numbers. And once you get the offer, focus on how to make the best offer. And then focus on how to sell that contract once you have it under contract. Then focus on, just focus on the next step once you get to that next step. What's your team look like? So right now, I'm doing a lot of this stuff because I want to. I do a lot of the deal research, making the offers, because it's not ready to let that part go yet. And I do the transaction coordinating and selling the deals with the buyers. So I have an acquisitions person who is my filter. So they do like 300 to 500 calls, if not more, a day. And I get the most motivated leads to my doorstep. And then after I get those, I filter them by making the offers, and I put them in the pipeline if they're not interested. And then I move on to selling the deal. And then I have somebody who cleans my data. So 2 VAs and myself. He's been in real estate since 2008. Look at his channel. Like I said, I'm sure he is a good person, and but you got to make sure with any mentor that they resonate with you. It doesn't matter how good they are. If they look unorganized, if they're not on top of their game, or maybe they just something just in your gut says no, this is not what I should do, then listen to your gut. Make money and learn at the same time. That's the best experience. Throw yourself in the fire. They don't flash homes kids. They don't flash homes kids. I'm not sure what that means. Got it, thanks. He has lots of free stuff, but I like mentorships so I can get help when I need it. Yeah, if that's what you're looking for, sounds like that could be it. Do you do any buy and hold, fix and flip, or do you only wholesale? So I have done fix and flip before. I don't have any buy and holds right now because I'm stacking cash just to see what this market does. But for the fix and flip, I have done it. I hated it. I'm not good at managing people, or at the time I wasn't really good. I don't have a lot of construction knowledge, and I like the freedom that wholesaling brings me for time and with my family. I can work anywhere that has an internet connection. So if we want to go to Disney World, I can just do some work at the hotel if I want to, and I don't have to be there at the property. So virtual wholesaling is what I do 100%. I will go out to the property and meet the sellers and talk with them every now and then locally, but for right now, I don't. I only do that whenever I want to, or I want to make a video or something. And I do like doing it every now and then, but it gets old after a bit. All great questions. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here in the next 3 to 4 minutes. So any last minute questions, let me know. Wholesaling is message retracted. Very great questions so far. I say this every week, but I'm amazed at the questions you guys are asking. Even the astro flipping thing, that was pretty funny. And I appreciate you watching the video because I hope you got a laugh out of that part as much as I did when I said it. Where is the WTF merch? Hey man, I know you're hounding me for it. I know I'm working on it. Wholetailing is where it's at. Yeah, that's a really great strategy. I haven't done that yet. But I worked for a company that has, and it is a very great way to make money, especially in this market. Can you make Facebook groups for us? Yeah, I have a Facebook group. Actually, it's right now. It might be in the description of this video, but it's in a lot of my newer videos in the description. You can click on it and request access. It's a private group. You just got to enter your email, and I think that's it. But once you do that, I can accept you in the group, and we have a lot of people in there who watch the videos, bounce ideas off each other, and just trying to make a really, tight-knit community. I have a tear-down property where the seller is out of state, and she's hard to get on the phone. I'm about to send her an email. What exactly should I say to get a price and move this forward? Roland, so what I would do is try to get them on the phone at all costs. If it doesn't work, text them. And just say, hey, listen, I'm reaching out because I seen that property there, or I work for an investment company. I just want to see if you would be interested in selling that property. You want to find out, one, if they're the actual owner, and two, if they want to sell. That's all you need to know, because if they do want to sell, then you go down that route of asking them the questions and getting the information. If they don't want to sell, then you put them in your follow-up for 6 months down the road, and you're starting to build your pipeline. Thanks, Alex. You rock, bro. See you next week. Thanks, Gabriel. Appreciate you stopping by. Can't see it. If you guys look up, let me see. I'll tell you the Facebook group name. Let me pull it up right now. I am pulling it up right now. So I think it's Wholesale to Freedom. Yes. Yeah, so if you go to Wholesale to Freedom, if you just type that in, you should see my big, beautiful bald head in there. And yeah, just go ahead and ask to join. Wholesale to Freedom on Facebook. If you look it up, it should be a private group. You just request access, and I'll let you in there. How do you network find boots on the ground for your virtual deals, like take pics, etc.? Or do you have the owner do it? I do ask the owner to do it if they're there, or if they have tenants. I ask the tenants to send me pictures, and I tell them exactly how I want the pictures. Or if you work with a realtor who brings buyers, you can have them take pictures as they're showing their buyers. Or you can use an app that I use sometimes. It's called TaskRabbit. TaskRabbit. It's like Uber of tasks. And what they do is you pay them like a flat fee per hour, and they'll go out and do whatever task you want. So I've had them put a lockbox on the property for me. And actually, I met a realtor on there who now does everything for me real estate related. And I pay her $25 to put a lockbox on it, to go out, take pictures, whatever it may be. I just pay her $25 each time, and she does it. Of course, if you buy a lockbox, they can go out and buy it for you, but you have to reimburse them for the materials. So, and it's all able to do it through the app. It makes it super simple, and it's really, I don't know anybody else who's doing it, but TaskRabbit, yeah. Check it out. The Uber for tasks. Mary, did you find the Wholesale to Freedom group on Facebook? I don't see any new member requests. No problem. $25 is a deal. Yes, especially since I've paid $100 before to do it. And I'm really glad I don't do that anymore. Sometimes the $25 is really, she's kind of like a little bit higher than most of the people, but I know her, she does really good work. But you can get guys on there and girls for $15 an hour. And I always make sure that they have an iPhone, because I like the wide angle. They have to have an iPhone Pro, so I can get that wide angle lens and makes the house look better. Perfect. One more minute. Any last minute questions? Any video topics you guys want to see me talk about? All right, I don't think I see any more comments or questions, so give it about 10 more seconds here. But anyways, I just want to say, as always, thank you guys for your support, for watching this channel. TaskRabbit complete process. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll put that down in my notes here. Let me write that down. Give you a little rundown of that. That's a good idea. What's the first thing an investor should do when going into a virtual market? A virtual or a new market? Perfect. That's actually, both of those are really good. So TaskRabbit. And then first thing to do, and new virtual market. Perfect. I live in Palm Beach, and I want to do deals in Boise, Idaho, where I have a college buddies. Boise, Idaho, I heard is beautiful. I've been out to Coeur d'Alene. I think I'm saying it right. My brother lives out there, and we go play Hoop Fest in Spokane every year. Well, we did before COVID. But love that area. It's absolutely beautiful. So, perfect. TaskRabbit, nobody did videos on that. Exactly, so I might start that trend. But all right. Yeah, it is beautiful. I appreciate you guys as always. I appreciate your time watching this. If you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up, as it does help the channel spread the word. And 3-on-3 Hoop Fest, that's right. Went to the championship 2 years in a row, and we lost in the championship. But and last year they didn't have it, so we couldn't redeem ourselves. We played against the same dudes both years in a row too in our bracket. It was crazy. It was a good time though. Huge basketball guy. I don't like watching basketball, but I love playing it. Sounds like a better deal than Grubhub. Yeah, it is. All right, y'all. I appreciate the love. Again, smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Do your hair.